Alright everybody, we are about to get into Zebews and Kobral, or Zebews Kobral. This is looking to be a very good match. Both these guys had very good times in practice. Really looking forward to what we're going to see coming out of these two. For those of you who do not know, I am Juicebox Commando. I will be joined as soon as the race that he's currently commentating is over. Halkari will be joining me as well, but I am by myself for a little bit. So there's a few good options that we've got in the starter list. We're looking at Shiftery could be a good one. Looks like Zeb froze for a second there. He might have actually been looking at the tier list that I made. And we're struggling to choose here. I mean, to be honest, these are not great choices for the partner. Knocked Owl would be fantastic, but I don't think either of them realize that, but that's okay. So Zeb's running Quilava and Aerodactyl, and Kobral has Toxicroak Dustnor. So the Croak should be pretty good. Quilava is probably going to be a little bit lacking in base stats early on, but it is a starter, so it's going to have good growth just because of how PMD works. And Aerodactyl is going to be showing off almost immediately that it's just not very good. Not great level ups. It levels special attack of all things, and it just doesn't have great bases, but hopefully Zeb is going to be able to hold on to it. Dustnor has a fantastic moveset. He should be able to put in plenty of work. He doesn't have the best base stats in the entire world, but even with mediocre bases, that moveset should be able to carry it. Zeb having much better luck on the early floors of Beach Cave here. And Kobral's still stuck on floor. Wow, and he actually wipes to a Geodude with Head Smash. That's super unfortunate. Just high base power move with Stab. And Zeb is already on the Coughing Zubat fight, which is actually the Pineco Tentacruel fight. Clears it no problem at all. And I might be wrong about this, but I don't think Zeb even saw Rotom in the dungeons, so it's super unfortunate that Kobral has run into, I think, 3 or 4 of them already, because Rotom is very good. Wow, and it has a very dangerous moveset as well. Overheat, and then we saw that Fling do 75 damage earlier, so that's just super unfortunate for Kobral. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up here. The Venomoth just knows struggle. That is a thing that can happen in this randomizer. As you can see, a move struggle cannot be used because struggle is in PMD. It is a move that you can learn. It has 1 PP. It's really weird. And Zeb's Ice Punch on that Quilava is actually kind of hurting him here. It's, excuse me, it's freezing a lot. And Freeze is possibly the worst status you can inflict on an enemy in PMD because you just can't do anything to it. You can't damage things that are frozen, so it's just a time waste, especially in a hallway. It's looking like Kobral has a pretty good chance to get out of this. Unfortunately, he does have a just horrible layout. This is actually the layout that is restricted to the final dungeon's top floors in the first game. So he's going to have some issues getting through that, but he did find stairs, so he's going to be all right. Zeb, that was interesting by him. I don't know if he had known where the stairs were there, but I think it's almost always worth it when you don't know where the stairs are to take the hidden stairs instead. It is a time loss if you're like in the same room with the regular stairs, but it's a little bit interesting that you didn't take that. Kobral trying to teach Rock Smash to Toxicroak there, and I am honestly amazed that Toxicroak can't learn Rock Smash. I think there's actually a problem with HMs and just not being able to be taught in this current version of the randomizer. And interestingly enough, I did completely miss it, but Zeb must have wiped at some point in this. I believe he was on the 6th floor when I looked over there, and then I just looked over again and he was on the 1st. I don't know what happened there. But there are rare fossils in this dungeon. Whatever wiped him, you might want to consider just using rare fossils on that if it's going to be that big of a threat. Oh, okay, FKIS is dropping knowledge in chat. You can only teach HMs outside of dungeons. I've played this game for 12 years and I still learn things about it. Kobral with a lead of about 2 floors right now. He's going to be moving on to the next dungeon. As soon as he can deal with the Steelix, actually, Zeb might catch up here. As I said, both these players, very good. They've demonstrated this in practice, so even these tiny leads, they mean a lot for these two. Kobral's going to opt to check both of the Kecleon shops. I think this is a pretty good idea because he doesn't have any rare fossils in his inventory, and rare fossils are going to be extremely impactful for this game, so it's always going to be worth it for him to check these shops. Didn't check purple. I don't know if he's just not aware that rare fossils can spawn in purple Kek, but he might have also just thought it wasn't worth it. So Zeb is running into some trouble with, again, one of those Sky Pillar Peak layouts. He just got out of it, which is very lucky, but Kobral is not exactly in the clear with his layouts either. This is, I believe, I don't remember if it's Apple Woods or Tree Shroud Forest, but neither of which have good layouts at all. He's gonna have to loop all the way around this hallway around the entire map just to check stairs. And this is what I'm talking about with these layouts. Zeb has checked almost every single room, and he's been on this floor for probably about 1.5 minutes now. And that was about how long Kobral was on his Apple Woods floor, but you have to consider that Kobral was doing a lot more fighting in that too. Zeb's on the second to last floor of this dungeon, then he's going to be on the Drowsy fight. I believe he still has rare fossils. I'm fairly confident he does. So, the boss fights in this randomizer actually don't have randomized HP, or not really randomized, but like matching HP for the Pokemon that it's supposed to be. So the first boss will always go down to 1 rare fossil because it does exactly 100 damage. Kobral's going to be finding some rare fossils for himself. Those are free from Kecleon shops as long as you have 1 gold. The game just doesn't check it. And as we can see, Zeb is just going to throw a rare fossil here and clear this Ammonite. Yep, there we go. Kobral's opting to use some of his rare fossils in this dungeon. I did not see the moveset that had, so I don't know if it was because it was something dangerous, but it's not really worth it to hold on to the rare fossils if you think you need to use them. Because you would rather just use the rare fossils and not have them later in the end game to just like clear the entire dungeons. You would rather have that happen than wipe 10 times in Mount Bristle. I guess we're going to see if this Cricketune was threatening. It doesn't look like it. I think he just wanted to clear it faster. Again, these Sky Pillar Peak layouts are just completely brutal. Pure Seed is going to be perfect for that. That'll teleport you straight to the stairs, so if he finds another one of those layouts and doesn't feel like dealing with it, he can just eat that Pure Seed and go straight to the stairs. And it's looking like the pretty commanding lead that Zeb had is going to be getting closed pretty quickly here. He's been struggling on the first couple floors here of the Waterfall Cave. I think what we're going to start seeing out of Zeb's side here is, because of it being a Stage 2 starter, we're going to see it really start to like stagnate in terms of his damage output. Like, it was doing about 15 damage with Ice Punch on Beach Cave. So, unfortunately, it's probably just going to stay around that for the rest of the run, and he's going to really need to rely on these rare fossils. Luckily, he keeps finding them. And Kobral is having some issues clearing these last couple floors here of Mount Bristle. So Zeb is maintaining his lead here. Even with the Applewoods layouts, he's doing just fine. Kobral is onto the Drowsy Ammonite fight. Doesn't appear to have any rare fossils, actually. I thought he might have still had a couple left. So he does have to do the fight normally. Stab Water Gun is actually scary on Ammonite. Okay, he did have rare fossils. He was just opting to not use them. Okay. I do like, I don't necessarily agree with the decision to not just use the rare fossil immediately, but I do respect that as soon as he saw that the Omnite was dangerous, he was down to just use that rare fossil. I think that was a good decision. Kobral is not going to pick up the Golden Apple. He must not have just seen it, because Golden Apples, despite them saying that they cost 5,000, they are free from Kecleon shops, and food is a real problem in some of these dungeons. Zeb has a full 1 dungeon lead. He is onto the actual Applewoods, which is called Ornate Cave in this. So this is going to be a 12-floor dungeon. It is the second longest dungeon in the ROM, so it's going to be probably the second most dangerous, obviously, because, or honestly, rather, because with random layouts, the only thing that becomes relevant, essentially, is how long the dungeon is. Because you could just get 12 floors, or in Mount Horn's case, 14 floors of Sky Pillar Peak, and you don't want that. Zeb is going to take a seed here. Tropius, very good Pokemon in this randomizer tournament. And Kobral is having a very clean Waterfall Cave here. He's only got floors 6, 7, and 8 to clear, and then he's going to be out of here. His Toxicroak is doing a lot of damage, but unfortunately the biggest damage that he has coming from this Toxicroak is Shadow Force, which is a 2-turn move. Which is not the worst thing that could have happened to you, because 2-turn moves do a lot of damage, but they are very big time consumers. And Zeb actually wiped on the 4th floor, so they're actually neck and neck right now. Kobral is opting to link moves right now. I think this is a very good play. Only links 2 of his moves. I maybe would have gone in for 3 just because, well, maybe not. Maybe not. You want to... Basically, the reason that you link more than 2 moves is to guarantee that you're one-turning everything that you run into. But the Toxicroak is already doing plenty of damage. He might not have to worry about it. Also, apparently I don't even know what I'm talking about because he linked the Dusknoir's moves, not the Toxicroak's moves. And we're seeing some issues with this Ivysaur. It has, what's that called? Flash Fire, and Dusknoir does not know what to do about it. He's got no idea. Unfortunately, this is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2 AI, because in the later games, the partner would not have an issue dealing with that. Again, these runners are neck and neck right now on floors 4 and 3 respectively. Although Zeb has found the stairs, he is asleep right next to him, so he's gonna have some issues getting there. And that Jigglypuff is just being a pain. He's gonna Rare Fossil that as soon as he wakes up, because you do not want to get stun locked by that. Bonsly does pick up the Rare Fossil, but that's not something that we have to worry about, thankfully, in this. Normally, in the base game, enemies can throw items. We don't really know why they can't here, but we are thankful for it, because we do not want enemies picking up Rare Fossils and throwing them. That would be really unfortunate. And check both DCs. Joyside and XI are both really good. He's going to opt to not take the XI, which is... It's understandable. A lot of people don't even end up using the status seeds at this point, because... like, why would you spend a turn inflicting XI when you can throw a Rare Fossil for 100 damage, you know? And Kobral, I believe, is in the lead. It's cropped a little bit weird in the top left, but I think he's on 7th floor while Zeb is on 6th. And Zeb is really starting to see the issues of running starters. A lot of people, they opt to run starters because it's what we're comfortable with as runners of the game, right? Because, you know, you run starters in the base game of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. But they just don't have the base stats to hold up in this randomizer. When you're facing, you could potentially be facing anything at any time. You need something that's a little bit stronger earlier on. Kobral has a super, unfortunately. I've never seen that before, actually. That's terrible. He gets some Rare Fossils for his troubles. He's probably not too worried about it. So Kobral now has a 10-floor lead on Zeb. Again, these small leads are really impactful for this level of player, because these guys are both really good. A little bit of a weird hallway there. He could sort of see another hallway. Kind of looked like he might have not realized that he couldn't go there because he tried to like walk diagonal to it. I do that too sometimes. Kobral's on the last floor, spawned right next to the stairs. He's laughing. Zeb does wipe again, unfortunately. Yeah, Zeb is really starting to feel a lot of regret, probably, from his leader partner selection, just because they both have decent enough base attacking stats, but you do need some bulk just to survive later on, and he's experiencing that firsthand. He can still very easily pull it out because Rare Fossils are the best defensive item in the game, honestly. The best defense is the best offense, you know? He can just chuck Rare Fossils across the room and nothing can touch him, as long as he gets enough of them. And the Bidoof that's accompanying Kobral on the expedition has been changed out for a Surskit. That's not fantastic for him. He's going to have to babysit that pretty strongly. Especially not helpful because his partner's a Ghost type. So as you can see, the Ghost type partners really like to wait and then cut corners, which can cause the third-party member to get lost very easily. Which is not something you want when the third-party member is Surskit. Zeb getting a Reviver Seed is extremely important for him here. And we're seeing Zeb, he's essentially just come up with the conclusion that if the Aerodactyl is fighting something off screen and he can't immediately turn around and fight it for him, he's going to need to rare fossil it. I think that's the correct decision. Because this Aerodactyl is really struggling to live. As you saw, it just leveled up, gained 2 HP for a total of 35. That's not great. Zeb only has 3 floors left until he will be on the same dungeon. This Tailwind is a double-edged sword when it's on your side in this randomizer, because it's nice to have the speed boost, but it takes so long. It's such a long animation. Kobral just opting to rare fossil the Wynot. I totally respect it. Wynot has a lot of HP, and the Surskit is not doing much to him. Unfortunately, he's just missing every single fossil. He might have to go pick those up. Yeah, he's just gonna go pick them up. Zeb on the last floor of Applewoods here. He's gaining some ground. He's catching back up. Alright, Kobral doing some Blue Rescue Team strats with the Warp Scarf. For those of you who are unaware, the Warp Scarf is an equipped item that will just randomly teleport you somewhere on the floor every few steps, excuse me. So it is actually a extremely valid strat. It is the valid strat, actually, for Blue Rescue Team save and quit. Because, effectively, we know where the Warp Scarf is going to take us in save and quit, just because of how quick saves work in the first game. So you can just teleport exactly to the stairs, like, almost every single time, as long as you do the correct movements. In not BRT2, but PMD2, not quite as strong, but still clearly very good. Kobral is moving on to what I consider to be the hardest dungeon in the entire randomizer. This is going to be the Mount Horn replacement, Affluent Waterfall. So 14 floors, could be any layout. This could be very painful. And it's really just down to luck. Zeb is halfway through the Craggy Coast replacement, so he's not that far behind, if I could speak. He's only 5 floors down. But again, Kobral does have that Warp Scarf, which is going to be extremely powerful for him. Especially with a partner that can take care of itself in Dusknoir. Yeah, he's going to opt to take off the Warp Scarf here. He knows exactly where the stairs are. There's only one option. It's the right here. Zeb is going to have a hard time catching up here because of the Warp Scarf, but he could find it in this dungeon, because this is where Kobral found it. He found it in the Craggy Coast. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. He is on the last floor. He's almost out of there. Yet, and he's gone. He does not have the Warp Scarf. Still only 3 floors behind, though. He should be okay. Lantern is an extremely dangerous enemy to run into later on, just because it has very good growths. Early on, it's not that big of a deal. It has very middling stats, but later on, it's going to be a problem. It's very bulky. Zeb has closed the lead. He's only 1 floor behind Kobral now. He's doing very well for himself. Kobral getting some very good luck with the stair floors, though, just spawning within a couple rooms of them, like 2 times in a row, 2 or 3 times. Kobral grabbing a luminous orb, gonna be super nice if he runs into some garbage layout that he doesn't want to deal with. Gonna pop it immediately. I would have saved it a little bit longer if it was me, but you know what? It's not me, so. He could have had a very, very valid reason for using it there. It could have been different layouts, too, as well. There was no guarantee of what the layout was because he only saw the 1 room, so it could have been a really bad layout. He just kind of got a little bit unlucky there. Now, this is the layout I would have used the Luminous Orb on. This is going to be a little bit tough for Kobral here. Zeb is going to have some time to catch up. Yep, Efticus coming in chat with the Lantern info. Lantern's attack and HP are in the top 10% around level 15, which is more or less the level of Pokemon in Mount Horn. And I'll add, is generally around the level that you're ending these runs at. So Lantern is a very good pick if you are able to survive into the late game. Or just get some golden seeds, that also works. Ooh, Zeb taking a seed to Draco Meteor. That's the first time Draco Meteor's ever been dangerous for anybody. And Kobral is through Mount Horn. He's going to lose that Bidoof, and Zeb is not far behind him, only 1 floor behind. This is a very close race. Kobral's got 14 rare fossils at this point. He's probably just going to try to rare fossil most of the rest of the game. Zeb having a bit of a stroke of bad luck with this last floor. He's just struggling to find the stairs, but he got them. And now it's neck and neck again. They're both on the 2nd floor, entering at the same exact time, nearly. Kobral picking up even more rare fossils. Again, he's got 19. He's probably just going to rare fossil the rest of the game. That said, he is falling behind now. Zeb is in the lead again by a couple floors. Wow, gets a stair floor again, checks the seed. Unfortunately, not a great one, but he is 3 floors ahead now, and this Warp Scarf is just not helping Kobral very much. As well as the Focus Blast just having a super long animation despite not doing anything to him. Yeah, Kobral just giving up on the Warp Scarf there. I think that was the correct play. It was not helping him very much. Warping straight next to the stairs and spawning next to some more. He's gaining some ground. Spawning next to stairs again, so we're on 7 and 6. Zeb just gonna immediately rare fossil the Metagross. That's extremely good. Metagross is very scary in this. Kobral warping next to the stairs again. He is all caught up. bit of a health check-in for Zeb's partner there. The Aerodactyl has 38 max HP and was down to, I believe, 16 or 18 at that level up. So we still have to consider that he is spending a lot of time and brain power just on protecting his partner, which could be holding him back a lot. Kobral on the 8th floor here has gained the lead, about to be on the 9th, so about to be in the lead by 2 floors here. He's got 3 more floors, just 9, 10, 11 left in Foggy Forest. Very unfortunate KO from Zeb there. Yeah, and he's just going to choose to run. I think that might be the correct play. I don't believe he has rare fossils left, so he's just going to have to take this Finneon in the corner with his partner. Okay, opting to switch places with his partner. Very scary, but I think it was probably the correct play. Kobral onto the pepperoni plains. This is going to be an 8th-floor dungeon. God bless. Zeb's still having issues with this floor. Just this layout is not working for him at all. Still only 6 floors behind, though. As we've already seen in this race, he can make that up. It's not a big deal. He can totally make that up. Kobral teleporting right next to the stairs again with that warp scarf. Very helpful, especially on those absolutely horrible layouts. And it's looking like Kobral is going to have a pretty commanding lead. This warp scarf was extremely helpful for him. Got a 6th floor lead still, but I would say that that lead is probably inflated by a couple floors just because of that warp scarf. He's going to Pure Seeds here. I think that's fine. He's towards the end of the game. He doesn't really need to worry about too many really bad layouts anymore. Warp Scarf literally 1 tile away from the stairs. Very convenient. Zeb on the last floor of Foggy Forest. He gets some rare fossils on his way out as a nice trophy. Energy Ball would be a good move to learn if he didn't already have Blizzard. Kobral is going to be on the last floor of the Pepperoni Plains, teleports right to the stairs. He wants out of the Pepperoni Plains. He just wants straight cheese pizza. Gonna rare fossil the Sneasel. I think that's fair. Sneasel has range, and Sneasel is very strong. Kobral has 4 floors left to clear, and he will be on the ground and fight. And it looks like Zeb is actually going to take a wipe on the Pepperoni Plains. He's been having a really hard time just staying alive. And I honestly still do think that the partner pick is to blame. The Aerodactyl is just having issues staying alive, and he's spending so much trying to protect it. And Kobral is close to taking a death here himself, though, because Dusknoir was not handling himself very well. Yeah, he's going to change his tactics to Let's Go Together because he is on the last floor. He does not want to lose a seed here. And assuming everything goes well, this should be Kobral's race. A little bit unfortunate from Zeb there at the end. Was a very even race for a very long time. Again, both of these players are very good. So we were expecting this to be very close. Yep, and that is Kobral's time, 34:41. Excellent time. Definitely helped out by the Warp Scarf, but that is not knocking him for his skill at the game at all. Was excellently played by both of them. Just Kobral got a little bit more lucky. Zeb is definitely going to opt to finish this run, I believe, because he's so close to it. I think it's definitely warranted that he would want to finish this, especially with this time. It's just going to be nice for him to go for it regardless. And that is going to be another wipe to Sandstorm and Poison. That's just super unfortunate, and I think he's going to be done there.
Hello.
Welcome to the call, Kobral. So congratulations on the win. The 34:41 super good time. So I know you aren't aware of this, but you were neck and neck that whole race for a very long time. And
Really?
there was one thing that put you over the edge. I think you know what it is.
Oh, you mean the warp scarf?
Yeah, that was it. That warp scarf was super good for you. Really, you were neck and neck right up until Steam Cave, and then that warp scarf just started pulling in for you.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about the win?
Feeling quite good, I guess.
This man can literally not play the game for like 2 or 3 years, come back to a big tournament and start taking names immediately.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to my IRL friend group. I was like, oh yeah, this tournament is gonna be pretty tough for me, and I was listing off all the names of the people I was gonna run into. But I definitely should have listed Kobral. I should have listened to you, Hal.
I didn't lose to this man for over 7 years, like on accident. That doesn't happen accidentally. He's got something special. But welcome to Zebews.
Hello, Zebews.
Hey yo.
How was it?
Yeah, it was a very good try.
Very close race. The entire time.
I genuinely think that if you hadn't taken the Aerodactyl partner, you very well could have won that, even with the warp scarf.
Yeah, Aerodactyl was a mistake. I know it's too late to reset. I thought that he just died because he hit really hard instead of not having HP or moves.
Yep. That was a huge problem for the Aerodactyl. I mean, luckily it had a mostly special moveset, which is weirdly enough what his better base is, but just the HP is too small.
Yep. I did not expect that. I thought that a rock type, yeah, he should have good defense. I remember it being annoying in DRT. They didn't change that much, but I was mistaken. Also, Willava was also not that good besides the abilities. But whatever. It happened.
How was your run? Good race. Both of you played very well.
How was your run, Kobral? I didn't see anything.
We have played. That was really rough. Like, I died several times in the first dungeon, and then I wasn't really that great when I started, but it got a lot better later on.
I think I died like 5 times, 2 of them in Apple Woods, which is not good at all.
Yeah, luckily a lot of your deaths were early, but the one death in Apple Woods was not early, and that really hurt.
Yeah. You know what also hurt? I didn't get that many fossils.
Yeah, Kobral did have a pretty big fossil advantage. Definitely for both of the Steam Caves, he was just able to fossil everything.
Yeah, I could just avoid a lot.
I had to fight pretty much everything, and without stab moves, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, so Zebews, you will fall down to the loser's bracket. You don't have an opponent right now. You are playing the loser of Yemo and Strife Seda. And that match is happening tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then Kobral, you will be moving on to play. You will be playing either Pixel, CPU Blanc, or Like a Noob 100, depending on how those matches go.
Or Pixel or Like a Noob.
Yeah, or CPU Blanc. Like, okay, so the match right now is Pixel AR versus CPU Blanc. That match is actually tonight. and then the winner of that plays against Lycanoob, and then the winner of that plays against you.
Oh, so I'm at 1-3.
Yeah, you're in the winners round 3. You probably don't have to play until this weekend at the earliest. Till this
Okay,
coming
so
weekend.
got some time.
Yeah, you got a little bit of time to relax. I'm sorry I wasn't able to participate in the majority of this commentary. The other match went a little bit longer than expected.
Yeah, I just looking at where they were when I left for this one, I figured I was going to be alone, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It went really well.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it out of the corner of my eye, but it was hard. But anyways, did you guys have any final thoughts on the match, the tournaments?
I hope we put a good show.
I couldn't even hear the
You really
commentary.
did.
I couldn't hear any explanations. Just out of the corner of my eye, it looked exciting. So
Yeah, that was a very good match. That was the best match that I've seen.
yeah.
How many have you seen so far?
I think Juicebox watched a lot of them. 34:41 is probably the second best time of the event so far. The best time is still 30:49 by Whom is DS, but it's still very, very solid. So yeah, I don't know if we had anything else. Our next match is 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Someone 325 versus Gamer on SpeedGaming 1. That'll be commentated by Shadow Phoenix DX and Strife Seda, and then Pixel versus Blanc at 8:15 p.m. These times are in Eastern Time on SpeedGaming 2, and that will be commentated by Cinderdog and Zebews.
Hey, that's
you. So
Wait a second, we know him.
Spider-Man memes.
wait a minute.
So I think we're done here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you too for participating, and please keep up with our schedule and to support the matches. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you for our next match.